Hello artists, it's Miss Casino here. Miss having you in my classroom, so I thought I'd make a little video just to practice some sign language, talk a little bit about the elements of art and important artist named Yaya Kusama. And then after that, we're gonna work on a new project using 2 or 3 elements of art, line and patterns and texture. So let's practice our ASL first. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, open it up for V, W, X is the witch's nose, Y, and Z. Awesome artists. I hope you didn't get rusty. I actually posted some ASL videos on the classroom stream in case you want to review. My teacher's on there, who I love. He's super cool and funny. He's working on some more videos for kids. Also, Sign with Heart is a great teacher too. So check those out if you want to practice your ASL. Now, back to art. So, we're going to talk about the elements of art today. Miss Casino, why do we have to learn the elements of art? It sounds really hard. It's not hard. There are a few elements of art. There's line, there's shape, there's form, there's space, there's value, and there's color. Now, we've already covered a lot of this in class without you even realizing it. But what I'm gonna do is today, our project is gonna focus on using lines and using texture with those lines to make patterns, okay? So before you start this project, make sure you watch the video on a really cool artist, Yaya Kusama. She does a lot of really amazing art with patterns. She covers her whole space with patterns. She's enveloped in patterns. It's amazing. Check her out. That's a little short video. If you're in the younger grades, there's also another book I want you to read or watch on YouTube. It is called Rosie's Walk, and the illustrator is amazing. And older grades, you can of course check this out too. Rosie's Walk, the illustrations are made out of tons of patterns. So you really feel like the book has a lot of texture in its drawings. Okay, so let's start our artwork now. Hey everyone, okay, let's get started with our project. We're gonna make a pattern snake. Remember I told you about those elements of art? Well, today we're focusing on using lines with pencil, Sharpie, and we're gonna draw a really cool snake or a snail if you want. I'll show you a picture of that when I'm done. And I'm gonna use watercolors to color, but you can use markers or colored pencils. Okay, I'm gonna point the camera down so you can see my workspace here. All right, I think that works. So as I said, we've got a Sharpie, we've got a pencil. My paper's pretty big. This is actually paper that is a little bit thicker so it can handle watercolors. As I said, if you don't have watercolors at home or a thick white paper, you can use printer paper with this and just use markers or colored pencil to color in. Here are my watercolors. Winsor Newton has a little travel brush right here. And I got my water. You all remember that we need water for watercolors, right? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, and I will post steps of photos of this in the lesson plan. So make sure you look at the lesson plan first. And after you follow step 1 and step 2, now it's time to watch this video and start your artwork. So I'm gonna start in the middle. I'm gonna draw a little dot, just so that's my center point. And I'm gonna draw a spiral. I'm not pressing too hard because, as you know, if I don't like it and I wanna erase, it's really hard to do that when you press hard with a pencil. So as I come around, this is gonna be my little snaky's head. And I'm making a little tongue right here. Here he is. And I can come back and make that a little more special later on. But as you can see, I have a spiral and I have the head and a tongue of a snake. Now, I'm gonna add some little eyes here just so I know later on this is gonna be his head. That'll just remind me. I'm gonna take my Sharpie and now I'm gonna outline this where my pencil was. My Sharpie's a medium point, it's not super fine, just like the kind we have in school. I don't have to do this perfectly. As you know, art is not perfect, so if you make a wiggly line or you mess it up, no biggie. We'll turn it into a pattern later on. So here I go. I'm almost done here. Coming around to the head. There's my snake. I'm gonna fill in my little eyes. This guy has a tongue. Your snake might look different. Now the next step is I'm gonna divide this snake's body into segments. Segments are parts. So I'm gonna do that by drawing lines like this, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches away, like this, like this, like this, like this. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be measured any particular way. I'm going to finish off all the way up to the snake's neck, if a snake has a neck. And I'm gonna continue all the way around his body. Now you see, some of his segments don't match up with the ones next to it. That's okay. I kind of like that. Here we go. We're coming around. And this last segment, ooh, boonk. All right, there's my snake. Now, as you know, just when I do demos for you in class, I don't usually finish the whole piece of art. So I'm gonna show you the next 2 parts, but I'm not gonna finish my whole piece. I'll finish it later and I'll show you a picture. So we're gonna look at those PDFs that I attached of different types of patterns you can make with line. And the patterns give a feeling of texture in your drawing. So I think for this segment, you could start with any segment you want. Remember, we're gonna be making different patterns in every section. So here I'm gonna do some polka dots. They almost look like eyeballs. If I run out of ideas for my patterns, please look at my samples that I attached and it will inspire you. Here we go. There's my first pattern. Now again, this pattern should look like it's repeating. If you took away the lines on the side, it would just go on forever, just like Kusama. All right, and this one, I'm gonna do little wavy lines like this. Almost like little number 3s. And then this one, I'm gonna do some scales, just to give it a feeling of animal skin texture. And I think I wanna do waves in this one. Ooh, yeah. He's feeling the waves now. And do you see, I try to make it similar as I repeat the pattern. Repeat means do it over and over again right next to each other. And my last one, I think I'll do little raindrops. And you're gonna fill in every segment with a different pattern. This project is actually a 2-day project. It takes a while. Don't rush it, okay? Don't rush this project and take a little time with it. It's not due until Friday. And I'm only gonna upload this project for today and tomorrow. So you have time. This little spot, I'm gonna do some stars. Kind of reminds me of the stars that we did in our sky, where we're flying through the sky on Tar Beach. Okay, and I'm gonna just show a little bit on the edges of my lines. Again, so it feels like if I took away the line, the pattern would just extend forever. All right, now you're gonna fill in everything, but for me, I'm not gonna waste your time because I know you wanna get painting. So now I'm gonna take my paints, or you can take markers or colored pencils. Now I have this little brush, it's pretty cool. You pull it apart like this and you put the back on the end and it makes it feel like a longer brush. Now remember, I'm gonna take my water and I'm really gonna get my brush wet. My watercolors are pretty new. I just got them because all my school supplies, my art supplies are in school. So I'm gonna start off with some green just because it feels a little snaky. But you can do rainbow, you can do complementary colors. Think about our color wheel and all the different fun colors and how it feels to mix them and put contrasty colors right next to it so that the patterns really pop out. Now I'm gonna stick with green, but I'm gonna do every other wave green. All right, and then this one, I think I'm gonna pick something really bright to go next to it, to pop it out. I'm picking this orange color, and I have a little paper towel here in case things get a little messy or I put too much water on. You can use a little water and it comes out very bright and strong, or you can use more water and have the color look a little washy. Both ways look so good with the Sharpie. There we go. Okay. Now let's see, I think I'm gonna pick this really cool deep blue and I'm gonna do my eyeballs that color. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use a little bit less color and a little bit more water so you can see the polka dots in my eyeballs. See that? I can just go right back in and lift the color out if it gets too dark for me. I'm gonna let that dry before I put color next to it. All right, now I'm using this magenta, this real bright magenta. Now, this one's kind of funny, my little 3 pattern here, because it doesn't really have an end and a start where I can fill in the color. So this square, I might just do it all this nice magenta red. All right, let's see. And you can see I'm being careful, but I'm also being a little wishy-washy about the way I use my brush so that the color, I can see that I'm using watercolor. I love the patterns of the water in the color. And you know what, I might just add a little yellow in here just to make it extra cool. See how the yellow is bleeding into the red? A little red in there, a little yellow. I feel like the girl Bob Ross here talking about little yellow dots. And they're feeling so happy in my little pattern. Okay, so next, I just want to show you what it looks like when I decide to fill in a background. You want to fill in the backgrounds of your pattern. Most of the time, you don't want to leave it white. I'm going to say you want to do that because it feels a bit more full, the color. If you leave it white, it looks a little unfinished. So there. You can see I've had 3 segments of patterns now. I'll do one more, and then I'll let you get to work. And if you have any questions, you know where I'm at. I'm sitting in front of my computer all day waiting for you guys to send me amazing artwork. Just to let you know, I've been putting comments in the private comments section. I'm not grading your art. So the only thing that really matters to me is that you try all the parts as usual. So can't wait to see your art. As you can see, I filled in a lot of these colors and I started making more patterns around the edge. So keep working until you have your whole snake filled. Or if you wanted to make a snail, I'll post a photo of that as well on the PDF where the assignment is. All right, happy pattern making, people. I'll talk to you soon, and I miss you guys, and I hope everyone's having fun making all of this art. Goodbye.